In this video, I'll be walking you through 5 of the absolute best performance management software you can find in 2025. I'll walk you through their features, pros and cons, their unique selling points, and scenarios in which you should be considering them. And before we dive in, we also have a video titled What to Look For in Performance Management Software, so you should also check that out, link in the description. With that said, let's get to the list. Let's start things off with our number 1 pick. Teamflect. If your organization is in the Microsoft 365 ecosystem and you're using Microsoft Teams or Outlook as your main communication and collaboration hub, then Teamflect is the clear winner for you. Because Teamflect is the only performance management software built specifically for Microsoft Teams, and as an official Microsoft partner, it brings a level of seamless integration that cannot be matched by its competitors. Teamflect is a complete all-in-one performance management software, but its core pillars rest in goal setting and OKRs, performance reviews, and 360-degree feedback. So let's start with those. When it comes to goal setting, Teamflect lets users set cascading goals and OKRs that align organizational objectives with department or team goals as well as individual goals. And you can use any goal setting methodology you want, such as OKRs, KPIs, and milestones. And the best part is, Teamflect embeds employee goals inside Microsoft Teams, so you can check on goal progress inside Microsoft Teams meetings, and goal owners receive automated goal check-ins inside Microsoft Teams chat, so no goal ever loses visibility. In fact, that is why when Microsoft announced that they were shutting down their own goal-setting software, Viva Goals, everyone flocked to Teamflect. When it comes to performance reviews, Teamflect has plenty of customizable performance review templates that you can use inside Microsoft Teams and Outlook, and you can automate those performance reviews at any interval of your choice. Alongside exceptional goal setting and performance reviews, Teamflect also offers 360-degree feedback as well as rewards and recognition. And Teamflect does all of this while providing exceptional value, because with Teamflect, what you see and what you pay for is what you get. Teamflect only has 3 very simple pricing plans, so there are no secret costs or add-ons. So if your organization is in the Microsoft 365 ecosystem, then the clear winner for you is going to be Teamflect. The only con is, while Teamflect also works as a web application, to take advantage of most of its features, you have to be in the Microsoft ecosystem. With that said, let's move on. Next up is 15Five, another great performance management software. It is mostly centered around the idea of continuous performance management and regular feedback, and it helps replace this, rigid annual, quarterly performance review structure that is very conventional with more of a culture of real-time feedback and ongoing coaching. As you might have guessed, 15Five is a very comprehensive performance management platform as well, so let's run through some features. Some of the features that make 15Five great include weekly check-ins that promote visibility and reduce manager blind spots, pulse surveys to measure employee sentiment and engagement trends, as well as structured performance reviews that can run quarterly, annually, or on custom cycles. 15Five also has 360-degree feedback and solid goal tracking as well. Now let's talk about some pros and cons, and right off the bat, what shines with 15Five is how easy it is to implement a culture of feedback, and 15Five's regular weekly check-ins are a bright spot. 15Five also has a great and easy to navigate UI. So what are some of the cons? I think the major con with 15Five is that it functions mostly as its own platform, and while it does have a Microsoft Teams integration, that integration is mostly about sending high fives. Another con, if you might want to call it that, is in 15Five's pricing plans, because while I listed some amazing features such as employee engagement surveys, 360 feedback, goals and OKRs, or some other features I didn't talk about such as NPS surveys, you can't have them all unless you buy a more expensive plan. All the engagement features are in a separate plan called Engaged, and the others are in a separate plan called Perform. To have them all, you need to spend more money on another plan called the Total Platform. Oh, and we've done a more detailed video on 15Five as well, comparing Teamflect with 15Five, so if you want to check that out, link in the description. The third software on our list is HiBob, or known as Bob for short. And it is more of an HRIS platform with some great performance management features. So it's very easy to integrate employee data into your performance management process. Not to say that other tools on this list don't integrate with your HRIS platform. Teamflect and 15.5 also have HRIS integrations with some of the most popular platforms, and they can also draw from the data in that platform. But HiBob can function as its own HRIS with some performance management features. It is another great alternative, so let's take a look at some of the features that got HiBob on this list. As you might have guessed, HiBob also has customizable performance review cycles, as well as 360-degree feedback, so you can get feedback from direct reports, peers, and managers. So what are some of its pros and cons? And right off the bat, it also being an HRIS stands out, because it does help you integrate payroll and compensation into your performance management. That being said, a con of such a huge software is that it is not very easy to use. It is trying to do a lot of things, it has lots of moving parts, so adoption and ease of use is a bit difficult. Also, HiBob is not very transparent with its pricing, so you can't browse pricing plans, so you'll have to request a custom quote. That being said, if you're looking for more of an HRIS platform with some light performance management features, you can't go wrong with HiBob, or the next entry on our list. Now, we cannot have a conversation about a great HRIS with some performance management without mentioning the king of that niche, BambooHR. Now, the reason BambooHR made it to this list is while it is primarily an HRIS platform with some basic performance management, it is an amazing HRIS platform. I hate to do this again, but we also have a video comparing Teamflect to BambooHR in full detail. It is on this channel. I added the link in the description. Please check it out. That video even has a green screen. With that note, let's talk about some features. As I said, BambooHR is an amazing HRIS platform with features such as time tracking, applicant tracking system, payroll, compensation, benefits management, attendance, and so much more. With all of this, it does also cover some performance management basics pretty well. If we have to talk about pros and cons, its major pro is that BambooHR is with you every step of the way in the employee lifecycle. So if you're okay with some bare bones performance management, it's perfectly fine. The real con with BambooHR is that it is its own separate platform, so it's not going to be integrated into Microsoft Teams or your main communication channel, and it's not going to be a key part of your daily workflows. You will have to go out of your way to use it. Another con might be its complicated pricing structure, where a lot of features are add-ons to separate plans. In fact, performance management features are not in its first plan, so you will have to buy the more expensive plan to access those performance features. That being said, we cannot say enough great things about BambooHR as an HRIS platform. In fact, that is why we made sure that our platform, Teamflect, integrates with BambooHR's HRIS, so you can take advantage of it. With that said, let's move on. The last performance management software we will be talking about in this video is going to be Lattice, and it is one of the biggest names in the field. And for good reason. It is a great performance management platform that has more of a focus on feedback and employee engagement. It also has some great data analytics. It is a great tool for setting and managing goals, conducting performance appraisals, and making sure your organization has a strong feedback culture. It is also a great tool to conduct surveys and measure employee engagement. It might be on the more expensive side, but it is a great platform, so let's list some features. When we're talking about features, we can see that Lattice also has some of the usual suspects, such as great performance reviews, goal setting and tracking, 360-degree feedback, but also supports those features with learning and development tracking, employee onboarding, and project management. If we do the pros and cons thing with Lattice, we have to congratulate them for merging performance, engagement, and development in one great platform. They also have great people analytics. So what might be some of the negatives? Well, as one of the largest names in the industry, Lattice is one of the most expensive tools you can find. And while that might be reasonable for some organizations, Lattice also is a very rigid software. It doesn't adapt to you, you adapt to Lattice. It's a complicated platform and it's not very customizable, so learning the tool and actually adopting it will take some time. But that about brings us to the end of our video. What did you think? What did I miss? Did I leave out your favorite performance management software? Just let me know in the comments. Hey, we release helpful HR content like this one every single week. Subscribe so you don't miss any of it. And if you want to try the highest rated performance management software in the Microsoft ecosystem, Teamflect, for absolutely free, you can always click the link in the description. Bye-bye.